The idea was to create a space that feels alive, with rhythm, culture, and boldness, which was the major reason why I made use of the neon lights because it represents energy, and the song lyrics and coupled with the gravity, which are known to represent expression without limits. I just wanted Toppest to embody all in a physical form. Music drove the project right from day one. While I was working, I listened to some music on repeat because it's like a normal culture for me. While I tried designing, I listened to music a lot, and in the process, it started to shape my mood board. And I just felt like, why not allow the guests also experience the same feel, and also let the words from the lyrics inspire the guests, which is how the illuminating lettering concept was born. Okay, first, the headroom was low, and that was a major challenge because there were a lot of activities that was set to be done on the ceiling. There were a lot of metal works on the ceiling, and having to work with a low headroom was a major challenge. And the second challenge was the curved light, the central curved formwork around the space. Because while working on the design, during the execution stage, I always make sure that whatever is done in design has to be the exact same thing on site. So getting the formwork as big as it is to be executed on site was a challenge. We had to draw it on the floor, then with papers and all that. Then have the welders also follow the same, more like creating a template, a very big template, and having the welder follow the same process. Then have the lighting guys to follow the same process. So it was a bit challenging with different professionals working on the particular element. Those are just the major challenges, and I feel every challenge was worth it at the end of the day. Okay, I designed the layout to be modular. During the day, I think it's more welcome for casual groups because the space feels calmer and open, while at night the neon, the stage lighting, transform into a high energy hub. Also, the lighting control plays a major aspect into what invites different type of groups into the space. Lighting is pretty much the heartbeat of Toppest. As you can see, there's a lot of lighting work done. Without the lights, the neon lights, the space is more or less just a room. But with it, the space feels alive. Also, I layered the lights. The neon lights were for impacts, the spotlights for focus, while the resource lighting were more for intimacy. Red is passion, power, and intensity. It cuts across the dark and grabs attention. Though other colors were tested in the process of the design, but red came out the strongest and had more emotional impact. Like once you come in, it's something that really tunes in your head, and you always want to come back again. So they mimic the sound wave. They are in a very curvy manner to mimic like a waveform, and the music lyric also flows across the ceiling, and it feels like the rhythm is frozen above your head, and it creates a sense of movement. Even when the spaces or the room is still, it feels like things are moving around you because of the way they are strategically arranged and placed. Okay, so I focused on balance. The classic black leather seating, the durable flooring, and the clean lines all came together to ground the design. Trends like neon and gravity can evolve, but the bones of the spaces will always feel relevant at the end of the day. A lot of metal, glass, and leather. They give strength and the edge we wanted, but with a polished execution that feels premium. Even the abstract gravity might feel chaotic, but we're done with precision. So the stage is the focal point, so that everything radiates all from it. There was a challenge in deciding either to make the stage the focal point or the bar the focal point, but I guess the stage won, and it was designed such a way whereby it was balanced on both sides. So the space is like in an L shape, so if you're on each side of the L, you see almost the same thing from the stage because the design was kind of mirrored to balance with the space. The lyrics themselves are African. The slangs, the rhythm, the vibe, it's unmistakably local because, I mean, coincidentally, most of the songs that I listen to are African songs, or Nigerian songs, so, you know, it was not far-fetched having the lyrics more African and local. But the execution, neon, metal, bold, minimalism is obviously global. You know, when you come to Toppest, it doesn't feel like you're a Nigerian, pretty much, because it feels like something you see when you're on vacation. Any place you are in the world, you get the same vibe even when you're in Toppest. From curiosity at the entrance to the wow effect when they step into the space, to the energy the music gives, and when the light hits, then comfort as it's settled in. It's meant to feel like a journey whereby, you know, even when you're seated in your seat, there are things that grabs your attention continually. You can't really get enough of the space at a single visit. You have to, you know, visit the lounge a couple of times to really capture every single thing, because every single corner of the space tells a story, and it's obviously a perfect picture spot. I'll say bold, rhythmic, and inclusive.